can't do that yet. We just finished our 5+ mile walk in Del Cerro, the hills, all that. Obviously, everything's tight and I need help doing it. I do have like a hitch in my giddy-up. I've got some kind of hip thing going on in addition to having a herniated disc. I can very easily touch my toes completely down, not really an issue, but I've got this hip thing. So I need like stuff to open up my hip.
So many of the things that we do in yoga for stretching, and again, making reference to stretching, you don't want to do it prior to your explosive movements and your workout. You do want to stretch afterwards because long, supple muscles are very, very important for your good health of your muscles and your performance. So don't ever not stretch after a workout, especially when you do hills, because you're right. You're tightening up the glutes, the piriformis, all these muscles, the quadriceps lumborum, all these muscles here, and then your hips as well. So one of the things you can do is just an easy seat where you just keep your two legs crossed, and they actually, one rests in front of the other, so you don't actually have them crossed. There you go. And then seated upright.
Which is a problem for me.
Yeah,
okay.
So you keep your back as straight as possible, and then just lean forward, and you want to keep your back straight, and you just lean forward. So, you know, of course, with stretching, you always want to make sure you do your deep breathing, because it's very, very important to keep your muscles oxygenated. And when you hold your breath while you're stretching, you're not allowing those muscles to be oxygenated. So you do this, and you can feel, I don't know if you can feel it, you should be able to feel it here in your hips. So it's a very, very nice stretch. And you can hold this up to a minute. You can, inhale and go back a little bit and then increase. And you just want to make sure that you keep your back flat. There is another stretch where you round over, but this one we're targeting the hips. So you want to keep your back flat. And you can also engage your abs because that helps to protect your lower back at all times. So, and then of course you release and you want to switch the cross of your leg. So you put the other leg in front.
Okay, so the magic of television, we've done our other leg.
Right, so you do the other leg. The other thing is for people with really tight hips, like do you notice that my legs are a little bit further on the ground because I'm used to doing this stretch a little bit more. You could elevate yourself on a block, and that would help keep your hips level or your legs level with your hips, and then you get a good stretch that way. So another one that I recommended for you for the low back, which all connects all around here, is one that we used to do when we were kids, remember? So what you do, and again, this is something that if you have really bad knees, you don't want to do this, and what we're doing is we're just extending our legs back. You want to
I've been practicing this.
So you want to flip your feet under. Perfect. And then
so it's already tight right now. I already feel it, but we're going back, right?
Right. Okay. So what you're doing is, again, you're engaging your abs and you're keeping your back straight. And you want to, ultimately, you want to have your knees actually together. But you're fine with keeping your knees really close or your legs are kind of close. So when you first go back and lean on your hands a little bit, you want to lift your hips and lengthen out your
with a deep breath.
Sacrum, exactly. So you'll breathe in and then lengthen out your sacrum and then rest your bottom again on the ground. So then you're breathing, you're continuing to breathe, you're feeling the stretch in the front of your thighs. And then you want to go down to your elbows. And again...
And it's only because I've done this a few times since you showed me originally that I feel like I can do it. Because originally I could not get down here and I was scared I was going to hurt myself. So be careful if it doesn't feel natural and okay. Don't do it, or have someone there to support you while you learn that you can get to this position and get back up, because obviously you're going to need to get back up.
Right. So the other issue again is when you change the level of how far down you are, you again want to lift your hips up slightly and lower your sacrum. So you're stretching your tailbone down towards your knees is what you're doing, lengthening your tailbone, or that area of your body. And so again, you're breathing deeply, and some of you may feel this across your lower back. What you're doing is you're releasing the quadriceps muscles, which allows that to release around the hips, and it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. My sister and I have had back problems all of our lives, just about, right? Yeah. And this is one of the stretches that I found is so beneficial. I do it before every single yoga workout that I do.
But we're talking about doing this after you've done your cardio, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're coming back up.
So we're coming back up, so you can raise one hand and get to one hand and then get to the other. and then come back up slowly.
And I'm taking my pelvis back to help me get up.
And so then,
Very
of course, as you indicated, Marcel, bring your legs together. The other thing you might want to do after doing that is to stretch your legs out. Maybe do a couple of planks, because you kind of want to release the quadriceps and the knees. And one of the things that's really wonderful about, you want to keep your arms a little bit closer together when you do a plank position. It should be right under your elbows, under your shoulders. One of the things that you'll feel when you do that type of position in your knees is once you release that position, you're getting your knees lubricated. So important, so important, so important.
Right. Cool. Anything else?
Just keep walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Stretching.
Got to do probably a little bit more, and then we'll be done and relaxed for the day.